Well, welcome back to our channel, guys. This is Masolat Visual. In today's video, I'll be demonstrating just the basic design workflow of a retail space, an interior design project. We'll be carrying out this project using Archicad. So in this video, guys, we'll be just showing you guys how to effectively carry out an interior project using Archicad drawings and how to deliver projects with our workflow in terms of product delivery. Alright guys, this is if you know our template, this is where you start your template. The presets and everything are set, everything is it's set. What you need to do is you just place your project here. All you need to do is place your project here. So as you know, let's get started, guys. Okay, let's say the interior project is a boutique. I'm designing a retail space boutique. This is a project. A client of ours gave it to us, so we need to carry this project for. That's the project. So we're going to select a small portion. Where is it? Where is it? I can't find it, guys. Oh, here it is. This is small. It's 57 square meters. 57 square meters. This is it. So what do you need to do? First things first. So I'm just demonstrating to you guys the workflow, right? It's an exercise. It's just a small exercise. Cover step by steps of how I carry out my interior project, produce from scratch, and extract necessary documents. Your documents for submissions to your local authorities, design layouts and details and stuff like that. So enjoy the series, guys. Stay tuned. Watch until to the end. All right, let's get into it. So what I need to do is place the drawing into my template. I'll show layer. So I delete that. So this drawing, I'm going to place it in the middle of this, in the middle of my drawing. That's how I drag the PDF into my workflow. And then I rotate it. Okay. So if you see this drawing, I placed it in the middle of my drawings. So what I do is I hide unnecessary things. I can't, not really hide, but I crop. I only want to show the important part. So there's a project. I'll teach you how to take in a retail design, just a basic way of to take on an interior project. Maybe if you have an interior project going on in your office, this will just give you a tip of how you could carry out your project using Archicad real quick. And working with our template, you can speed up your delivery. All right, this is the project. I don't know if it's just to scale. What's this? Scale. 1:50. Make 1:200. That's no, 1:50 is fine. Okay. So let's see if it's to scale. What's the dimension here? It's 1.1. That's how I check my scale real quick. You see it's not. So what I do is I'll be saying 1130. Right. This is how I'm going to scale this drawing. Then I select Control K. Control K is to resize, guys. You resize this, and then yep, I rescaled it. This is the exact size now of the space. If you can check your zone, work with zones, work with layers, right? Work with layers. So I would choose work with layer zones. I'd say fine. Okay, sure. You make sure it's on. Show layer. This is our space. This is our space. This is our space. What happened? What happened? Something triggered, yeah? I'll start again. So guys, I'm just demonstrating our workflow here, guys, how we carry out our project in the studio. In our studio, I hope you watch till the end. It's an interesting project. It's an interesting project. 52 square meters, of which something's wrong. I'd say shop. So this template, guys, you see it's already comes with all this already. Your zones are already preset. Shop 10. So something's wrong. This is 52, 54. This is 52. I don't know. I'll see what went wrong. So let me check my walls. My walls here. Remember that everything should be on layers, guys. I don't know why the layers are off, but it's fine. You make sure you put it on the plan, show layer, and then you trace your house, you trace your plan, of which it takes literally and then remember to do this on screen view. I hate working, yeah. It's a 115 at the 2. It's a 230 wall. Yes, awesome. And then you just choose a wall. Just choose a wall. Right. You just choose your wall. Just choose your wall, guys. Yeah. Why can't I? Oh, donut. Okay. Make sure it finishes. And then you can use this one. Ta. All right, and then these are just ducts. I think these are just duct. You use 1 and 5. 1 and 5. Okay, this is our plan. This is our plan so far. So since this is a boutique, I'm going to just follow a simple design principle. You have to have precedents. This is a boutique shop. As in a boutique shop, you need to have a few sort of precedents, stuff like this. You need to Google what you're going to design. First things first, I should have done this before even placing the drawing. But yes, you have to have your selection criteria in terms of materials you're going to use. You're going to have to choose furniture you're going to use, your lighting as well, and yeah, man, you need to have such before you design. And then when you go design, you can produce wonderful graphic documents from Archicad. So basically, this is the first principle I love using when I design. I look for precedents and things what I'm going to achieve, what I want to achieve in terms of design, So the material selections, stuff like that. While choosing furniture is important. You need to know how to choose furniture and interpreting the site. Already you have interpreted the site. This is our site. So sketching, this is where we're going to sketch now. This is where we're going to sketch. Okay, let me put these doors and then this wall. Then we brainstorm our design. Okay. So this is basically our plan. Okay, let's put the door here and sink. There should be a sink here. Okay, let me just do quick. Okay, 24 doors. Is that's a sliding door or not? I don't know. I'll figure out. Okay, I'll use this one. I'll use this one. Okay, let me use this one. But it's all glasses, eh? I'll fix it. It's all glasses in front. It's all glasses, shop fronts. These are just shop fronts. These are shop fronts. Okay. And then this is clear glass until here. And then what you do is window. If you're new into Archicad, these are our tools. These are the tools we use. And then link libraries, windows, shop fronts. Use this one. This is what you use, guys. This is what we use. This is just a quick demonstration, guys. I'm just showing you guys how to use the template and how you could actually speed up your drawings. No marker settings, marker style. No, I don't want a marker. So what you do is you remove it. That's how you remove a marker. If you're wondering how to remove the markers, these are your show rolls. This is going to be a door where you have your fire thing. fire thingy here. Okay, I think we're fine with the layout. So topics to be covered in this that's what we have now. That's what we have. Remember our zone. Let's check our zone again. Place our zone. Place our zone. Let's see if we have 54, 53, 53, 53. I don't know why, but it had to be 54, guys. Okay, now we can move on to space planning. We can move into space planning of our project, and then we start designing. We start playing around with our floor layouts. So first things first, let me just do a basic principle. Right, like I showed you pictures of what you wanted to achieve, right? So it's a boutique. We need to have sort of you saw at the back here we have a sink. So this is the backyard, this is the back. So what's in the back? I'm going to have a partition here. .3. That's the back. And I'd have a changing room here. My reception will be here. Then change room. And then my furniture display will be here. That will be a man display area. And then a woman display area will be this side. Women have a lot of clothes, right? So the woman display area, maybe the shoes, the handbags, shoes, I don't know, and then the furniture, and then the clothing here, and then maybe the clothing here. All right. And then maybe we have in the middle here accessory display, where you put your wallets, your money cues. The money cues, you see those things, you just it'll be here, and then here, and then maybe here will be the shoe display or something, clothes hanging, and then the rags. Just simple design layout. So this is my layout. I don't know, it's just the basic. I want to utilize this 57 square meter, 53 square meters. I want to utilize it, and then you're going to play around with display things, shoe displays, and then you have to have a fitting room, and then you have to have a storeroom. That's the storeroom. Access will be here and stuff like that. Then this will be your reception, your pay point, and women accessory display, men accessory display, man clothing lines. Okay, this is what I've got. Let's play around with it, and let's see what will come out. There's a drywall now. I need to choose something of a fiberboard or something. Let me just play around with this. There should be 1 on 5 on 5. These are true walls, guys. Let me use them as walls. Let me choose that. 230. You have multiple of composites you could choose from, both sides. All right. So this you see now things are missing. Interior walls, interiors. What you do is update. You would hide them. So you have things like let's say you're in your interior, in your graphic overrides. Graphic overrides are very important. Graphic overrides are very important. Okay. This is what we have. This is what we have. I'm playing around with this design. Just a quick one. I don't know if it will come out as I planned. I'm playing around with partitions here, guys. With the partitions, let's see if I'm alright. I'm planning, let's see, from maybe here, from here, let's make it 2.1. 2.1. This is grouped. To ungroup is shouldn't group this walls. You ungroup and then delete that, and then that, delete that. Yeah, that's more like it. From here, there should be a door here. There should be a door here. Let's check this. 3.6, 3.6, 3.6. Okay, our door should be here. Okay, it's nice. It's fine. So let's put our door. Let's put our door without a transformer. Let's look for this one. One door will be here. Another door will be here. And another door. This is just an open door. It's the back room. So this will just be an opening. This will be an opening. So once we design, this is our stock room, where some of the shelving of the stocks of the goods, and this is the fitting room. This will be the fitting room. This is the fitting room. Okay. I think we have something here now. So what you're going to do is, now since we have defined our spaces, let's define with our zones. I'll reduce the zone. I'll play around with the zone. It's not aligned, you see? It's not aligned, you make sure it's aligned. It's aligned. So this is the shop. The shop is 44 square meters now, from 53. This will be the changing room. That will be the back room, and then the stock room. Right. So we label. You can label with just the 2D with the text. You can label the text. So here I was designing the circulation plan. Of how we navigate this. Obviously, that's the basic space. The basic key of interpreting a floor plan like this. You need to have a space planning. So this is what I was doing. Space planning. I was doing space planning, guys. Okay. So if I'm happy with my space planning, I label my spaces. Layer. Make sure you choose a layer. So in the long run, it's very important. Annotation label. Okay. What did I do? Back room. Okay. I think this is very tight. That should be 1.5. Let's say 1.5. Okay. Yeah, that's more like the space now. Yes, that's more like it. So it's one thing, you need to get your space planning right before you could even design, before you could even try and do anything. You need to get your space planning very, very right. This is a shop that people will be getting into and buying. So I had to get my space planning right. All right. Okay. Let's move on, guys. What's next? Oh, let me label here. Let me finish labeling. This text is too much. You make it 2 because it's nothing. You don't want to display it that much. This is I don't know what you call it, stock. Where your other things are, that's stock room. And then that's what's this? Change fitting room. Okay. So we are moving on. All right. Let's move on. So now let's start saving our floor plans. This is an interior plan. It's fine. It's saved. It's fine. We'll call it a circulation plan maybe. Let's identify our furniture. There's our best website you could download. You could check out furniture. If let's say you're using SketchUp, there are a lot of furniture you could use. You could use beam objects. You could use 3D SketchUp warehouse. These are some of the websites I would recommend you check out. You'd download nice objects, you could use them. But if you are into construction documentation with proper graphic documentation, I'd love you to maybe model your own objects. That's what we're going to learn today. Modeling furniture using SketchUp. Maybe you want to manufacture. Maybe you want to collaborate with a manufacturing plant, and it's all about collaboration, right? So every furniture that you're going to use, and you could download from SketchUp, and then you know how to download. You log in first, and then you could download furniture you want. You could say shelving. You'd find anything. You'd find everything in shelving. Such shelving. But we want shelving for such displays. We want shelving like that. So that's when you could model your own. If you are not satisfied with what we have in Archicad. If you're not satisfied with what we have in Archicad, that's when you could design your own retail furniture. That's when you could design your own. So in such instances, you need to know what you want, and you check your own inspirations. You check your own inspiring type of furniture. So you'd think, maybe this ones I can model for myself. Okay. Now the next topic is to model your own furniture, and then you're going to create these furnitures. You're going to collaborate. If you are doing shop fittings, you need to know what kind of furniture measurements. You need to provide measurements and schedules for those materials, for those models. So this is what we are going to do now. We're going to try and model. We're going to try and model our own furniture. Our own furniture that we downloaded from SketchUp. Right. I hope you are following suit, guys. Let's say you downloaded this furniture. You liked it. You see, it's something you could use. So we're going to model it. We're going to save this as an object, and I'll show you so that you can quantify it. You can measure it. You can produce documentations for it, and you can produce nice drawings. So it's best you model, and not to make your files heavy with external objects like this. You can take it and put in your Archicad. I'll show you how you could do that. but it's going to get heavy, so we don't want that. So what I'm going to teach you is to model. You can to trace this. As much as you trace the plan, I'll be tracing this furniture. I'll be tracing this furniture. So that's one skill I'm teaching you today, is to maximize your workflows. Maximize your workflows, but such concept we are going to try and mimic. Since we have seen the pictures, we've seen precedents, we need to have model precedents. This is what I call model precedents. Okay, so let's begin. What I do is, in SketchUp, I would explode this. I want the furniture only, and then I'll delete that. Let me put my phone on the charger here, guys. I'm recording for you this in late hours. Okay, what did I do now? You delete. What did I do? Okay, you delete. Oops, what did I do? Okay, let's just delete one by one. I loved it. So you're going to do the same thing to other furnitures. So I'm going to only model two furnitures, or maybe one. I don't know, and then I'll show you guys. So I'll speed build this one. I'll just show you tactics I'm going to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a new SketchUp. So I copy this, so I cut it, and then I open a new SketchUp, architectural, new SketchUp, it's opening. New SketchUp, okay, so you're going to save this object, and then you model it, and then you delete it. So I'll show you how to resources, objects, to model one. You save it a lower version. That's saved. Let's go back to Archicad. Alright, so you go to File, Interoperability, and then you merge from File. Is it this? Yes, I think it is. You go to Quick Access, Resources, Objects, to Model, and then you open. There it is. I think I'm putting it somewhere here. I don't know where I'm putting it. I don't know. Yeah, it's somewhere. I'll confirm with you guys. Alright. Excuse. This is the model. This is what we have. So I loved it. It's an object, we can use it, but you can come quantify, but in terms of trying to say they have the same measurement and control over this object, you need to model it yourself. I'll show you just a quick of how you could model our own. So I'm going to place this object somewhere here. yeah, that's yeah, okay. So I want this furniture to go to be an L sort of. Alright guys, let's move on. Let's move on to stage 2 of our plan, of our design. We managed to do away with our circulation plan. We managed to configure our plan of how our shelvings and objects are going to be, our features are going to be designed, so there are minimum distances between, so as in people will easily flow from one aisle to another aisle. That's another principle of design. It shouldn't be obstructed. Alright, so currently these are only on polylines, so we need real objects. Those are imported. We're going to trace this over using a slab. Alright, first things first, you can trace this using polylines and then punch in your slab. Let's do it real quick. What I did is for me to get the accuracy, what am I doing? We extend this. Extend this. This is one piece. And you're going to copy it. One piece. One piece. One piece. One piece. This is how I draw my objects, guys, and I just need to get my polylines right, and then I magic wand whatever I want to use at that moment. Okay. So you have this, you have that. I have this as well. Okay. Just want to get it right, guys. I want to get it right. I'm sorry, I'm taking quite a while. Okay. It's done. It's done. So you magic wand a slab. You'll see the slabs. Okay. These are the slabs. These are the slabs. Okay, these are the slabs. These are the slabs. So we're going to play around with them in terms of finishes and sizes. So I wanted to see if they came out. Okay, they did. So what I'm doing now is these. Currently we have the slab. I'm deleting it, but no, this is the side. This is the one. So these are in melamine boards. Melamine boards. So in terms of finishes, so able to measure them. I'll be able to send them to competitors and or to manufacturers with dimensions, with exact dimensions, because I'm the one who knows the specifications. So I'll extract it easily. You see at the end, you see just when you duplicate this. You duplicate the shelving, you duplicate the shelving, you duplicate the shelving. Remember, the reason why I'm making my own objects is so I'll be able to separate all this. And right, guys, so I'm done with this shelving part. So now let's go back to the real work of doing my, okay, let's do away with the finishes first. Let's do away with the finishes. Let's do away with the finishes, right? So the finishes, you want something white. You want something white. Something white, creamy white, something melamine, melamine boards, cream white. Okay, it's fine. So there's metal parts, could be iron, could be steel. Let's go with steel. So this is what we do. That's what we do. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up. Okay, guys, without speaking or something, let me just duplicate these things. It's all about playing around with my slabs, right? And then I take them high to another frame, just like this, right? And I'm done with the horizontals. Now it's time to do is, here as well. I need to make this. So it's all about that, guys. In terms of making your own object using slabs, you can use beams. You can play around with anything you want. Okay. All right, guys. I think I managed to design quite a few of this objects. This shop fitting joinery items. Custom fixtures where our clothes will be displayed. So there's garment racks. I managed to design them. I was using mostly slabs, and then differentiating with materials just to define that this will be steel, this will be melamine, stuff like that. So what you're going to do after this, you're going to delete the under this object. You're going to delete it. We don't need it anymore. What we need is this one. This is all slabs, so you're going to refine the corners, like how the joineries will do. So this was a simple task. But it took a while because designing takes time. But at least we had a template. Imagine if you didn't have a template of what you are trying to achieve. So that's basically it, guys. You have to have a template. So templates, furniture templates, I think the best website to go get is in the SketchUp warehouse. The SketchUp warehouse, guys, that's where you could get nice furniture. That's where you could get furniture you could trace. So that was just a quick introduction to furniture design in Archicad. Not really furniture design, but the custom objects and stuff like that. So after this, for it to be one, you group it, and then you save file. Save as. Is this save as? No, not save as. Libraries and objects. Yes. Save selection as an object. Save selection as an object. There it is. It'll be used. Okay. That means the top view will be like a plan view. So yes, that's where you're going to MS cabinets. These are all custom objects, guys. So I was just basically showing you how to create your custom objects. Custom shelving. If let's say Archicad doesn't have things you don't have, you can customize. There are quite a lot of videos of us. We were showing you how to customize quite a lot. So because we are designing interior design here, I was showing you guys how to design our features, where you're going to display features, So these are custom objects that basically I'll be using. I already saved them, but I was just showing you the process, how you could save this. You could just say IL1 or IL object 1, and then this would say your surfaces and stuff like that. Iron. This is feature 1, which is the melamine board, and the metal, then the pen sets. It's just a matter of doing that, Then okay. So for you to access the object, it's basically that. You press that object and then our object. There you go. There it is. That's now an object. It knows it's an object. It knows it's an object now. What did I do? Oh no. It knows it's an object. That is. So one thing you've got to do is to put the object into a classification. Furniture. Is it a furniture? No. Is it what? You need to classify it. Equipment and furnishings. Yes. I'll put it in this. Equipment and furnishings. Equipment and furnishings. Equipment and furnishings. These are equipments. These are furnishings. These are, yeah, whatever you call it. These are custom fixtures, right? Custom shelving. So I'll put it in the equipment and shelving thingy. So when I go to my schedules, I could know what I'm scheduling my thing with you know. And then if you have a price and rate for, let's say the guy already, you send this to the guy, and then he charges you an amount to say this will cost maybe 1.2 in pullers, 1.2, you know. So that's just about it, the classification properties. So I can go ahead and delete this. I was just showing you guys, I already done the furniture layouts here. So I'd already, these are quite a few things I've designed. These are from this concept of, you know, from this concept of modeling using slabs. And, you know, you can design quite a lot. You can design quite a lot using slabs, and then defining your slabs with textures and then classifications. So let's choose this one. It's just a rail and clothing display. That's the method I used. Equipment and furnishings. It knows I'm going to schedule them. So that was basically it. So this could be easily manufactured. You're going to measure them when you're scheduling, or maybe producing 3 documents where you measure this furniture. You know. Anyway, yeah. That was it, guys. The quick furniture design tip. Let me place my objects in my space planning. So my space planning was this. Okay, you see now the objects are easily resizable. That's the beauty of it, and no proportion is changing. Nothing is changing. That, you know. These are the things I was doing. Guys. I was just showing you a tip. Remember, my space planning has to be easily, you know, navigation has to be easy. This is where the display of the shoes are going to be. The display of the shoes. You can resize to, you know, for it to fit my design. That's the beauty of the corner rack. This is the corner rack I was designing. So I had to modify this rack I designed first to make it a corner. For me to make it a corner, I had to design. I was just basically designing and using my slabs, and you know, you can resize this. Control K. Does it get it? No. Okay. Control K. Better than nothing. So it means this is okay. This is a what's this? Oh, this one will be where you put your shoes, maybe your bags. What am I going to put here? Shoes or bags? I'll put bags, mostly bags. And then this railing I'll put clothes. Here I put clothes. So I saved this as an object as well. Shoe rack. A guy would know how to design this. A manufacturer would know. That's how furniture designers are. You could specify. You could be a specialist in furniture design, and this kind of furniture design, and then open a manufacturing thingy with this, a manufacturing firm, manufacturing plant, only by starting from the point of designing with Archicad. I think it's actually a good business. If you are into startups, you could do that. If you're into startups, you could do that. If you're a businessman and if you're an entrepreneur, you could do that. It's an age of creators, guys. It's an age of creators. It's an age of entrepreneurs, guys. So I think you could tap into that. You could tap into it. You could tap into that. So in terms of space planning here now, it's very crucial. Like my objects are fitting nice. This is where I'm going to put my manicures. You know, those furniture display, those objects, tall guys wearing fake clothes. Yeah, you know, those cartoons that use manicures. What they call pronunciation is a problem. Manicures. Yeah, something like that. This is where, and I remember here, you should consider this is where they are going to set as well, manicures in the middle here. And then people pass here, people can pass, easily navigate into the space, past this. So the distance has to be really enough for people to pass here, because the clothes will be displayed here in this rack as well, I think this was the final sample object I created. This is in SketchUp, guys. So I had to design something like this. I imported this thing into SketchUp, into my Archicad. I saved it. You know, it's a standalone object. So I saved it and I recreated it. I imported, you know how to import a SketchUp file into Archicad, right? That's what I did, import a file, and then I choose the file and open. So that's what I did. So here is the catch. Here, the cacher. This is my cacher point. So you enter, this is the flow, this is the main display, the main clothing line, the main clothing display, and then the accessories, men display accessories and female display accessories, and then on here is the mannequin display of clothes by men. This is man mannequin, and then the female women mannequin, and this is just the clothing display either for men and female. And then here, like I said, it's just for female clothing, and then shoes and female clothing and bags, you know. And then just here, it's just clothing display on sort of a table like. And then I think there's space for an ottoman here where you could fit your shoes while you are sitting here. So I'd move. Alright, let me get back to the cashier. So that's the floor. You could go shopping, shopping, then go pay. So what I did here is I designed this. I remember design by layers, guys. Design using layers, guys. using layers. Okay, this is the design from SketchUp. This is my design. So I'll make it put my own logo here. Instead of this line, I'll put a logo of the shop here, MS Boutique. I'll put the logos here. So that's basically it. You delete it. You don't want to make the file heavy. The idea of this object designs is not to make the files heavy. You need to have control over your model. You need to have control over your model, guys. So you group all those elements and then save selection as you repeat the same libraries and objects. You save selection as a cashier point. Okay. Cashier. And save. Cashier. Oh, I guess I had already. Cashier point. Yes, that's basically it. That's basically it. Okay, that's fine. You can delete this now. Oh, let's place the object first. Let's place the object cashier point. Let's use this one and see. Is it fine? Now let me use mine. Let me use that one I designed. Cashier. Make sure. Equipment. No. Cashier 2. Equipment and functions. It knows now the unique class you are going for. Unique class format property manager, basically. The BIM classification systems. We have a full tutorial of this BIM classifications. Yes, guys, we've come to the end of our series part 1, but let me just conclude with one part of it, interactive schedules. So what we'll do here, we'll extract our object inventory and send to the manufacturer. So just the workflow that it's part of in our studio, just follow suit. So we've done with circulation design, space planning, and design development. So let's focus on extracting this schedule. So in this MS BIM template, we'll have schedules already set up. So what you could do is just utilize them and rename one, and then, or you could just create a new one. So for instance, here we have a casework schedule, which in this project we don't have a casework. So what you could do, you could rename and set your scheme settings. Okay, let's just demonstrate here. Okay, here's a furniture schedule. You click it, and then you can rename your schedule. So initially, the idea is to source our objects using this classification manager. Remember our classifications? We use the equipment and furnishings. So that's what you'd use as our criteria for our schedules. Okay, so you could rename here real quick: object inventory, furniture, display inventory, display schedule. Oh, just schedule. Okay. That, and then our inventory, our criteria, would use equipment and furnishings. Choose and then OK. Yeah, so this is what comes out. This is our furniture schedule, the object that we are designing, the object that we are custom making. So this is our schedules. You could add cost, and you could edit your schedule and to your preference. So for now, I'm happy with this. I'll just remove maybe the cost in that room, and yeah, that's basically it. But we have an in-depth tutorial about interactive schedules. I'll leave the link in the description for you guys to tap into it. Yeah, that's basically it about interactive schedules, guys. So you could edit here, scheme settings. You could remove your things that you don't want to appear in your schedule. So for now, I don't want the related room area, remove, and then maybe the cost, I'll remove it. Yeah. So I think I'm happy with what we have so far. We have covered quite a bit in this series 1, of which more will be covered in depth in series 2, part 2. Things like accessories, using room accessories and automated zones accessories, and interior presentation tips like creating your own views, stunning 3 documentations for this presentation document. Anyway, yeah, man, we'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye for now.